Hey everybody, we're at the Cooler Master booth now at Computex 2018, and we're looking at a few new cases here. So Cooler Master has continued to iterate on their H500 series cases, but they also have an SL600M next to me. Before that, this video is brought to you by Thermal Grizzly's high-end thermal paste and liquid metal. Thermal Grizzly's Cryonaut is an affordable, high-quality thermal compound that doesn't face some of the aging limitations of other pastes on the market. Cryonaut has a thermal conductivity of 12.5 watts per meter Kelvin, focuses on endurance, is easy to spread, and isn't electrically conductive, making it safe to use on GPU dies. Thermal Grizzly also makes Conductonaut liquid metal, which we've used to drop 20 degrees off some temperatures in our delidded tests. Buy a tube at the link in the description below. So the SL600M is brand new. It's the same tooling as the Master Case series. It's got bottom to top airflow though. So similar in some concepts to the Raven 02, but very limited in the similarities because that's an ancient case and it was inverted anyway. This one with two 200s in the bottom has nothing for exhaust fans. Instead, they're just relying on air going straight up and through a CPU cooler and out of the top of the case. Top of the case has a removable panel on it, and it's an aluminum panel. So all the silver colored things on this case that you see, they're aluminum panels. You can take it off if you don't like it. If you take it off, it's mesh. So that's what we want to see. The bottom actually has a substantial amount of space underneath the case, so you can really actually get exposure to airflow there. Great thing to see as well. Cooler Master seems to be taking a lot of notes really and moving forward on improving their designs. So anyway, as the air comes up, what they've gone with here is a couple of options for the PCIe expansion slots. Similar to a thermal case we saw at this show, you can rotate the PCIe expansion slots 90 degrees. So if you want them to be vertical, you can do it vertically. If you want it horizontal, you do it horizontally. The one item of note here, typically we're pretty hard about the vertical GPU mounts because normally all it does is incinerate your GPU unless it's open loop. In this instance, Cooler Master has a lot of slots available, so because it is rotatable, you can push the GPU a lot farther back in the case, which exposes it to more air. So it is actually able to get some more airflow through to the GPU than typically with one of the vertical GPU mounts that would be up against the side panel. So good work there as well on the PCIe expansion slot rotation. Also interesting is the power supply. So power supply mounts up in the front of the case. It has routing underneath the case for the power supply cable, and then you could adjust the power supply positioning in terms of where it's specifically located because it's just got a couple of screws. So if you want it higher up, you go higher up. You want it lower down, so forth. Pretty straightforward on that, but it moves the power supply around. And the big thing here with the SL600M is Cooler Master's going for basically noise normalized performance efficiency. So rather than just going flat out thermals or anything like that or flat out noise, they're trying to basically isolate off and cordon off all of the areas of the case where noise typically escapes and goes towards the user, including the typical rear exhaust port on this one. So that's just a steel panel for this case, and basically the noise escapes primarily out of these holes, goes straight up above your head hopefully. So that's the goal for the SL600M. Pricing's looking at $229, release likely in October, ATX, micro ATX support, and support for 360mm radiators. And I think that mostly explains this case. The next case is back behind me over there. We have footage of that one as well. It's a K500P. So it's currently a prototype. The stuff you see on it, not final. If you have criticisms, hopefully they'll improve it because it's just a prototype. So K500P targeted at $80 to $90 for that case. It's got 3 RGB LED fans included, 120mm, all 3 in the front of the case, and then also digital RGB on the power supply shroud. 2 points of user engagement here. We want, by we I mean Cooler Master has asked me to ask you, feedback on the paneling here and on the K500P. So the things they specifically want to know, and leave a comment, let them know. For the aluminum on this case, would you rather have brushed rough aluminum or would you rather have the soft touch aluminum they have now? Second question, K500P, the digital RGBs on the power supply shroud. Do you want that or do you think it's gaudy? Let them know. So the K500P is new tooling. They have 3 new chassis toolings for mainstream this year. And then finally, there's the H500 non-P, non-M, just straight H500. It's $100. We have some footage of that one as well. It has 2 200mm RGB fans stock, and it comes stock with mesh. But if you want an acrylic panel similar to the original H500P, you can replace it with an acrylic panel. So that's the H500 non-P. targeted $100. Looking at September for that one. I'm sorry it's loud at this booth. Their neighbor is awful. So thank you for watching. As always, subscribe for more. Go to patreon.com/gamersnexus to help us out directly. Go to store.gamersnexus.net to pick up a mod mat. I just realized the neighbor's Zotac, so I'm not really helping that relationship. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all next time.